Forget everything you thought you knew about Ethiopia. The famine headlines, the aid appeals, gone. Because in 2026, this country is catching the world completely off guard. What if I told you the next global manufacturing giant isn't in Asia, it's right here in East Africa? Ethiopia is launching satellites, building world-class textile hubs, and running the most profitable airline on the entire continent. 10 sectors, one unstoppable rise. Ethiopia is officially the continent's new economic titan, and we are breaking down exactly how it happened. Number 10. Tourism and hospitality. And if this one surprises you, good, because Ethiopia is sitting on one of the most untapped tourism landscapes on the entire planet. Lalibela, Axum, the Danakil Depression, one of the most otherworldly places on Earth, the Simien Mountains, the Rift Valley. These are not hidden gems. These are world-class destinations that most of the world simply hasn't discovered yet. That is changing fast. International arrivals are rebounding strongly after years of conflict disruption. Hotel construction in Addis Ababa and regional cities is accelerating, and Ethiopian Airlines, which we will get to later on this list, is the engine connecting the world directly to Ethiopia's doorstep. The government knows what it has. Tourism infrastructure investment is ramping up. Eco-tourism corridors are being developed, and as security improves and awareness grows, the visitors are coming. This is industry number 10, the floor of this list, and it is already moving. Number 9. Financial services and banking reform. Here is something most people don't know about Ethiopia. Until recently, this was one of the most financially closed economies in the world. No foreign banks, no stock exchange, limited credit, a massive population largely cut off from formal finance. That wall is coming down. Ethiopia's financial sector liberalization is one of the most significant structural shifts happening in the country right now. The telecom sector opened up, and mobile banking followed immediately. Digital payments are expanding fast. Financial inclusion is reaching communities that have never had a bank account in their lives. And then there is the Ethiopian Securities Exchange, launched and operational. For the first time, Ethiopian businesses can raise capital from public markets. That changes everything for private sector growth. SME lending is expanding, digital banking is accelerating, and as more Ethiopians enter the formal financial system, domestic demand grows, entrepreneurship unlocks, and the entire economy gets a boost from the bottom up. A closed financial system holds a country back. An open one sets it free. Ethiopia just opened the door. Number 8. Telecommunications and digital services. For decades, Ethiopia had one telecom provider. One. Government-owned, government-controlled, and chronically underinvested. In a country of 120 million people, that is a bottleneck that holds everything back. Then, Safaricom arrived. The same company that built M-Pesa in Kenya, the mobile money platform that transformed an entire continent, landed in Ethiopia and immediately changed the game. Competition entered the market, prices dropped, coverage expanded, and millions of Ethiopians who had never had reliable internet access suddenly did. Mobile penetration is climbing fast. Internet users are growing at one of the fastest rates in Africa. Digital payments are replacing cash in urban markets. E-commerce is emerging, and a generation of young, connected Ethiopians is building startups on top of this new digital infrastructure. The government's digital transformation agenda is accelerating this further, pushing broadband into rural areas and building the foundation for a genuine digital economy. This is not just a telecom story. It is the infrastructure that makes every other industry on this list more competitive. When a country gets connected, everything else speeds up.
Number 7. Mining and natural resources. Ethiopia is sitting on a mineral wealth that most of the world has barely begun to notice. And in 2026, the world is starting to pay attention. Gold has been the headline. Ethiopia is one of Africa's significant gold producers, and exports have surged in recent years, bringing in hundreds of millions in foreign exchange that the economy desperately needs. But gold is just the beginning. Potash, lithium, rare earth minerals, tantalum, these are the materials powering the global green energy transition. Electric vehicles, batteries, solar panels, and Ethiopia has them, sitting in the ground, waiting. The timing could not be better. Global demand for battery materials is exploding. Countries and corporations are scrambling to secure supply chains, and Ethiopia is quietly positioning itself as a key source, with improved regulatory frameworks and growing foreign partnerships making the sector more attractive than it has ever been. This is not a mature mining economy yet. Infrastructure is still catching up. Formalization is still in progress, but the direction is clear, and the resources are real. When the world needs what is under Ethiopia's ground, Ethiopia will be ready. Number 6. Energy and hydropower. To understand how big this is, you need to understand what Ethiopia just built. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, the largest hydroelectric dam in Africa. Sitting on the Blue Nile, generating up to 6,000 megawatts of power when running at full capacity. That is enough electricity to transform not just Ethiopia, but the entire region around it. And that is exactly what Ethiopia is doing. Affordable, domestically generated electricity is the backbone of industrial growth. Every factory in every industrial park on this list runs cheaper because of this dam. Every business, every household being connected to the grid for the first time. The GERD is not just an energy project, it is the engine behind the engine. But Ethiopia is not keeping it all. Power is being exported to Kenya, Djibouti, and Sudan, generating foreign exchange from electrons. A $400 million transmission deal with the UK is expanding this further. Ethiopia is becoming East Africa's power supplier. And hydropower is just the start. Solar and wind projects are coming online across the country, reducing dependence on a single source and building one of the most renewable energy grids on the continent. Energy is the foundation everything else is built on, and Ethiopia just laid it. Number 5. Construction and real estate. Look at any major Ethiopian city right now, and you will see the same thing. Cranes everywhere. Ethiopia is urbanizing at one of the fastest rates in Africa. People are moving from rural areas into cities at a pace the infrastructure is racing to keep up with. And that demand for housing, for commercial space, for roads, for everything is turning construction into one of the most powerful engines in the entire economy. Addis Ababa is being rebuilt, new ring roads, new rail corridors, new mixed-use developments changing the skyline every single year. But this is not just an Addis story. Regional capitals across the country are experiencing the same surge. Hawassa, Adama, Dire Dawa, all growing fast. And then there is the mega project that changes everything. The new Bishof 2 airport, designed to be one of the largest in Africa, is under development. When complete, it will dramatically expand Ethiopia's aviation capacity, supercharge tourism, and pull in billions in ancillary investment around it. Construction is not glamorous. It does not make headlines the way technology does. But when a country is building this fast, it means something fundamental is happening underneath. People are moving in, money is flowing, confidence is real. Ethiopia is not maintaining its infrastructure. It is building an entirely new one. Number 4. Manufacturing and industrial parks. This is where Ethiopia's transformation gets visible.
Walk into Hawassa Industrial Park and you will find garments being made for H&M, Calvin Klein, and Guess, brands sold in shopping malls from London to Los Angeles, being stitched together right here in southern Ethiopia. That is not a small thing. That is Ethiopia inserting itself directly into global supply chains. The industrial park model has been one of the smartest economic strategies on the continent. Government built the infrastructure, offered competitive incentives, kept labor costs low, and then opened the doors to the world. Foreign direct investment came in, jobs were created, export revenues grew. Hawassa, Bole Lemi, Adama, Dira Dawa. These parks are spread across the country, deliberately decentralizing growth away from Addis Ababa and into regional economies that needed it most. And it is not just garments. Pharmaceuticals are growing, light manufacturing is expanding. Ethiopia is actively positioning itself as the next Bangladesh, the next great low-cost manufacturing hub for global brands looking to diversify away from Asia. The wage advantage will not last forever. Ethiopia knows this. The race is to climb the value chain, from stitching clothes to building components, before that window closes. The race is already underway.
Number 3. Agriculture and agro-processing. You knew this one was coming. And yes, agriculture is still the backbone of Ethiopia's economy. It employs the majority of the population. It feeds the country. It always has. But here is what is different in 2026. Ethiopia is no longer just growing things. It is processing them. That shift from raw commodity to finished product is one of the most important economic transitions a developing country can make, and Ethiopia is making it right now. Take coffee. Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee. The world knows Ethiopian coffee, but for decades, Ethiopia shipped raw beans and let other countries do the roasting, the packaging, the branding, and the profit. That is changing. Coffee roasting facilities are expanding. Branded Ethiopian coffee is hitting international shelves. The value is staying inside the country. The same story is playing out in edible oils, in packaged foods, in livestock products, in every agricultural category where Ethiopia is moving up the value chain, processing more, exporting finished goods, and capturing margins that used to belong to someone else. Modern irrigation systems are reducing vulnerability to climate shocks, the droughts that once devastated harvests and derailed growth. Mechanization is improving productivity. The foundation is getting stronger even as it evolves. Agriculture built Ethiopia. Agro-processing is what takes it to the next level. Number 2. Aviation and aerospace. If there is one industry that tells the entire Ethiopia story in a single frame, this is it. Ethiopian Airlines, Africa's largest airline, Africa's most profitable airline, a carrier that connects Addis Ababa to more destinations on the continent than any other. A company that through decades of reinvestment, disciplined management, and strategic expansion became one of the great aviation success stories on the planet. And it did this while being fully owned by the Ethiopian government. In an era when state-owned enterprises across Africa were collapsing, Ethiopian Airlines was winning. The numbers are staggering. Over $6 billion in annual revenue, more than 500,000 jobs supported directly and indirectly, a contribution to GDP that rivals entire sectors in other African economies, and a cargo operation that makes Ethiopia one of the most important air freight hubs on the continent, moving everything from cut flowers to pharmaceuticals to the world. But aviation is only half the story. Aerospace is the other half. Ethiopia is building aerospace manufacturing capacity, aircraft components, maintenance, repair, and overhaul facilities that service carriers from across the region,
a training academy producing pilots and engineers that other African airlines recruit directly. This is no longer just a flag carrier. It is an aerospace ecosystem built from scratch in a landlocked country by a government that decided aviation was a strategic priority and never looked back. Ethiopian Airlines did not happen by accident. It happened by decision, and that decision is now worth billions.
Every industry on this list has one thing in common. It needs to move. Coffee, garments, minerals, power. None of it reaches the world without logistics. Ethiopia is landlocked, no coastline, no natural port. For most countries, that is a death sentence for trade. For Ethiopia, it became the problem that built an empire. Number 1. Logistics and trade corridors. The Addis Ababa to Djibouti Railway. 750 kilometers of electrified track connecting Ethiopia's capital directly to one of the world's busiest shipping ports. What used to take days by road now takes hours by rail. Trade costs dropped, export volumes surged, and Ethiopia's connection to global markets got faster, cheaper, and more reliable overnight. But the railway is just one corridor. Dry ports are being built across the country, bringing the efficiency of port infrastructure deep into the landlocked interior. New highway networks are connecting industrial parks to trade routes. Regional integration through the African Continental Free Trade Area is opening new markets across the continent. Ethiopia's strategic location in the Horn of Africa is not a geography lesson. It is a competitive advantage. Sit at the crossroads of East Africa, connect everything, and you become the hub. That is what Ethiopia is becoming. Not just a manufacturer, not just a farmer, not just an airline, a hub. The beating logistical heart of an entire region. Everything on this list flows through here, and Ethiopia built the pipes.
10 industries, 1 country, 1 unstoppable trajectory. Ethiopia is not waiting for the world to notice. It is building, sector by sector, until the world has no choice. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe, hit the bell, share it with someone who still has the old picture of Ethiopia in their head. Drop a comment. Which industry surprised you the most? We read every single one. We will see you in the next one.